So boys, we are back to more Redskins franchise mode here in Madden NFL 19. So last episode was that Thanksgiving game, and we beat one of the best teams in all of pro football right now, as they're now the 8-2-1 Dallas Cowboys instead of the 8-1-1 Cowboys. So we won that game 14-13, heartbreaker there in Dallas on Thanksgiving. So now it's time to go and simulate 1 week. It'll be a different episode where we sim 1 week, that's the Eagles, and then we play the Giants in week 14 because I want to play Saquon Barkley and Eli Manning and the Giants. So okay, so I made up my scouting board, my draft board right now. We also have the two projected picks, the two first-round picks at 10th and 13th projected. We have a second rounder in the 10th, third rounder 10th, fifth rounder 10th, and seventh rounder 10th as well. So right now I made my draft board. Out of all the players I want to get first, it'd probably be Greg Little at left tackle, so you can flip him over to right tackle, because I want our offensive line to be dominant, and that all starts with the ends. So we need a good right tackle. There isn't that many good right tackles I scouted right now so far, so Greg Little, you can always flip him to the right and see how well he does. And then we also need a backup linebacker or maybe a linebacker for the future, so Josh Allen is my guy. Then at corner, Greedy Williams, I love his name. I'd want to have him opposite of Norman or Dunbar for the future, so I'd want to get him. Michael Jordan, again with my offensive line statement. I want a good offensive line, and that'd help getting a good left guard because the rest of our team is good, because left tackle, Trent Williams, left guard, if we get a good guy like Michael Jordan, plus his name is literally Michael Jordan, he is the GOAT. So having the GOAT on our team would be fine. And then center we got Braden Smith, right guard we got Brandon Scherf, and right tackle so far we do have, I can't remember his name, but right now right tackle and left guard, two positions we need to fill in the offensive line. Michael Jordan would do that at left guard, and possibly Greg Little if you flip him over to right tackle at that position. Then for linebackers, we do need a linebacker, so Trey Lamar, that'd fit in well at middle linebacker to go and start with Brown there at the middle. Then receiver, we do need a receiver if for the future. AJ Brown would be good for that, but most likely probably wouldn't draft him because he's probably going to go top 5. Then linebacker again, Devin White, TJ Edwards, then Tavon Coney at right linebacker. Then we have the right guard, Scott Queenanberry right there. Then we have Hanson Porter at right tackle. Like the right tackles right now, the quality of them are not that good, so a first rounder at left tackle would have to do, and do just flip him over to right tackle. Then Dallas Warmack there at left guard. So far there's my draft board after the Thanksgiving weekend. Hopefully we get some more talent there to go and scout at right tackle and right guard, but right now it seems to be fine, or not right guard, left guard. So we still have players to negotiate before we do anything else right now as well, so we'll take a look at that. So Jamison Crowder did reject our last offer of $40 million with that bonus, so I'm guessing he wants more of a yearly salary bonus increase, so could put him like 6.6 mil or 6.7 mil might work. So offer him maybe $1 million more or 6.8. Yeah, we'll do that. 6.8 mil. We'll try that. Does that work for you, Jamison? And that does. Cool. So we got Jamison Crowder back for 4 more years. Cool. So now we do have to deal with Pernell McPhee, but I'll leave that for the free agency most likely. We got Preston Smith there at right outside linebacker who wants 14.9 mil over 4 years. So that's about 3.7 average per year. I could wait until free agency to see if anyone else is better on the board. But Preston Smith, he's not bad for what he's got. So 3.8 mil. We'll offer him that. How about that? I think that's a good offer for him. There we go. So we got Preston Smith back for 4 more years as well. So we got Jamison, we got Preston. There is Pernell McPhee to go and offer, but I'll wait for free agency because he is 29 years old. And we could also draft a linebacker too in the draft, so that's another option right there. Then Robert Kelly, I'll wait for free agency as well. He's not that important to me. Brian Quick, he's gone. The rest of these dudes are pretty much gone as well too. So they're all backups that are either old or their overall is too bad to the point where we can just replace them easily with a younger dude. So McPhee and Robert Kelly, we'll leave them for another day. And then we'll go and take a look at our division right now before we sim next week's game to the Eagles. So 8-2-1 Cowboys, 7-3 Eagles, 5-5 Giants, 5-5-1 Redskins. So we're still somewhat in it. We just got to keep on pushing and see if we get some late season wins to go and propel us into a playoff spot in the wild card. But right now, it's not looking that good with the 7-3 Eagles in that hunt as well. So we'll go and take a look at one last thing. We have to go and develop Brandon Scherf there and progress his talents. So He has one skill point to go and spend. Maybe spend it on pass protector. That is his weakest thing. But agile would work towards our scheme as well too. So he's good at zone blocking. We do need him for pass protector though. Power would be nice as well. I'll try pass protector. That is his weakest skill. We gotta upgrade that. So 90 overall Brian Sheriff now at upgrade at pass protector. Looking very good. Anything else that needs to be developed right now? I don't believe there is anything. Oh, there is Eli Rogers right there. So Eli needs developing as well. So put him maybe slot, deep threat, possession, red zone target. Might try deep slot to be good too though. You know what, we'll try. We'll just go and spend it on the scheme. And now Eli's at a 77 overall as we develop that talent. So not bad for Eli right now for a free agent pickup. But is there anyone else on this offense that needs developing? No quarterbacks. Oh, Josh Doxson needs developing as well. Let's see what he has. Possession, slot, red zone target, deep threat. What does Doxson have for speed? He's got an 89. We'll upgrade his possession right now. So now he's put it at a 79 overall. He's developing slowly but surely. And then, anyone else in this team? On Payne, we will develop his power rusher right there. So now he's got a 78 overall. And Ionitis, what does he have to go and develop in his stats category? He's got power rusher, speed rusher, and run stopper. We'll go with probably speed rusher right there. So now he's got an 81 overall. There's one overall better than his right counterpart, Allen on the other side. Then one last player is Moreau right there, the young corner. So man-to-man, he's got zone or slot. We'll probably go and upgrade man-to-man right there. So he's not stated at a 74 overall right there in cover. Cool. So we got all that upgrading done. We got all that kind of stuff done out of the way. We got our scouting done. So let's move on to the next week and see what the Eagles are up for. Right now we're still bottom of the division because the Giants won last week, so they're 6-5. We're still 5-5-1. Eagles lost, so they're stated at 7-4, and Cowboys 8-2-1 still. So we'll take a look at the Eagles and see how their last week game went, because I'm not entirely sure who they played. They played the Giants, it's right. So interdivisional matchup, they lost 35-19 against the Giants, so they got pretty much killed there. Let's see how they played. Eli Manning, great game for him. 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Carson Wentz, pretty good game for him too. 301, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks as well. Then rushing-wise, Saquon went off on them 65 yards on 17 carries. The running game did not get developed at all as 26 yards from Sproles is leading them. And Jay Ajayi not even getting going at all, 17 yards on 6 carries. And receiving yards wise, Malcolm Mitchell there, big for the Giants. 2 touchdowns on 116 yards receiving. Olgahor there, let's see him. Actually, Saquon Barkley, 128 yards receiving on 3 receptions and 1 receiving touchdown. Huge game for him receiving wise. But let's see, Mike Wallace there, 83 for the Eagles, 76 for the Ertz there, and a touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey there, 54 and a touchdown. And Olgahor there, 852. Anyone else there? Odell only had 28. And Roger Lewis Jr. there, 23 and a touchdown. So it seems to be that basically Saquon Barkley was the reason why they lost, because he had a good game rushing and receiving there, as he had over 100 yards receiving and only over 60 yards rushing. So Saquon Barkley, thank God he is not on the Eagles, because they're facing them this week. And I think they're a great team, but they are beatable. We did beat the Cowboys at a great offensive line. The Eagles also have a good offensive line, but their back is, like, Ajayi is not as good as Zeke. Carson Wentz is better than Dak Prescott, so you got to worry about that a bit. The receiving core for the Eagles is way better than the Cowboys right now. And their defense is obviously better than the Cowboys too. So we got to watch out about their defense, because our offense is not having a good year at all putting up points. So that's going to be a challenge for us as we face off against the Philadelphia Eagles in this Week 13 matchup in Philly. Let's get it. So like I said, our offense did not get going. We got killed 27-3 in that game against the Eagles. So our game, what was it? I think a 2 or 3 game winning streak. It might have been 3. Let's see. Yeah, our 3-game winning streak was snapped by the Eagles in that game, as we got killed pretty much on every facet of the game. Smith threw 3 interceptions, 203 yards passing, a 49.8 passing rating in that game for him. Carson Wentz 241 and 2 touchdowns in that game and 0 picks. Rushing wise, it looks like Darren Sproles, he led the way with 64 yards rushing, 53 for Geis, 48 for Jay Ajayi and a touchdown, and 19 for Jeremy Hill. Receiving yards wise, let's see who led the team. And Alshon Jeffrey there, 80 yards receiving and a touchdown, 56 for Ertz, 51 for Doxson led us in receiving. Geis had 50, 38 for Sproles, 31 for Nelson, and Jamison only 30, and 30 for Jay Ajayi and the rest down there. And Mike Wallace had 15 and a touchdown. Then blocking wise, who led up sacks for us in that game? And Luke led up 2, and Trent led up 1, and Moses led up another sack this season. He is not having a good year at all at right tackle. Zach Brown, huge game production-wise for him. 16 tackles in that game. That's easily his, might have been his career high for tackles in a game with 16. Then Dunbar at 8, 7 for Skandrick, 7 for DJ, 6 for Jordan Hicks. Let's see sacks for us. And it looks like we had 1 from Jonathan Allen, and that's about it. Whereas the Eagles, they feasted all day long on Alex Smith. 1 sack for Bennett, 1 sack for Chris Long, 1 sack for Fletcher Cox, and a sack for Jordan Hicks. Picks-wise, for the Eagles, they had 2 picks from Malcolm Jenkins, and 1 from Nigel Bradham. And then, for kicking-wise, it looks like Jake Elliott 2 for 3 on the day for the Eagles, and Dustin was 1 for 1 from 47 yards out. Punting wise, we had 2 punts from Brad and 2 punts from Tressway for 81 yards. Kick return wise, we did not have that good of a game. Kick return wise, 2 kick returns for 44 yards for Jalen Myrick. Eli had 51 on 2. That's pretty good for them. And punt return wise, we had 2 punt returns for Darren Sproles, 17 yards, and 1 punt return for 8 yards for Jameson Crowder. So that game, not good at all. It's not a good look before that Giants game, as they're a team we've struggled with this season so far because we've lost to them previously. 28-27, a heartbreaker there in Week 8, and I believe that's the only time we've faced them this year so far. So we are in Washington for this game on the Sunday, so hopefully we have a good game. We'll take a look at the Giants so far this year and see how they played. So they lost the first 2. They won against the Texans, lost against the Saints, the Falcons, the 49ers, and they lost last week by the Bears. They got killed 31-14. Let's see this game for the Giants. So Saquon probably didn't get going, but Eli Manning, not good a game for him. 250 yards passing and a pick in that game. Rushing wise for Saquon, he had 41 and a touchdown. That's a pretty good game for him. Then receiving yards wise, did he have as much as that previous game? He had 85 on 5 receptions, so a good game receiving for Saquon. 96 for Allen Robertson and a touchdown for the Bears. Let's see defensively, actually. So defensively for the Giants, Ogletree had 13 tackles, 11 for Graham, 10 for Collins, any sacks for them. They had 1 from Damon Harris Sr., and half a sack for Mark and half a sack for Kareem. So their defense didn't do that good against the Bears. No kicks for Aldrich right there in that game. And punting wise, 4 punts for Riley. So the Giants are a team that are beatable. We only lost by 1 point to them last time we faced them in Week 8. So I think we could probably defeat them this game in Washington. We have something to prove, as last week was a mess. We gotta prove that our team is good enough to go and stay in this playoff hunt. As they're 6-6, we're 5-6-1. We can make it 6-1 for us, and 6-7 for the Giants if we win this game. So the next episode will be the game between the Giants and the Redskins at FedEx Field there in Washington. And just take a look at this injury thing. It doesn't mean anything. Monte Nicholson not going to play this week. He'll play next week when he's fully healthy. So anyway, make sure to like and subscribe for more Redskins franchise mode. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.